In the Jataka, Volume 1, it says, "When the great being was practicing severe austerities for 6 years, it was to him like a time of intertwining the sky with knots." What this essentially means is Siddhartha Gautama, for 6 years after his renunciation, lived an ascetic life. An ascetic life is one of simple and strict rules, very few pleasures or possessions. Essentially, it is extreme self-discipline and self-denial, the idea being that this can lead to spiritual wisdom. Siddhartha came across a group of ascetics and he was inspired by them. He practiced over time living in dangerous and hostile forests. He slept supposedly on beds of thorns, and he ate so little that in the end he almost starved to death. He looked like a skeleton. He also learned about meditation under the guidance of various masters, and it was this meditation that focused his mind and brought a sense of calm. It was meditation and asceticism that he used to try and find the answers to life, to suffering, to essentially the meaning of his existence. But he nearly killed himself. He did this for 6 years and he realized that really he was getting nowhere other than he was almost dying. So he turned away from asceticism and he was really weak and he couldn't meditate properly. He realized after all this time that he needed a middle way, halfway between the life of luxury he used to have and the life of asceticism he'd had for 6 years. So he turned away. He learnt discipline and willpower, but he didn't find the answers to his problem of suffering. In the Jataka Volume 1, it says, "Realizing the practice of such austerities was not the path to enlightenment, he went about gathering alms in villages and townships. He changed his mind, and he followed the middle way." I would say it's really important to understand asceticism. I've seen over the years students confuse the word asceticism, or on questions that ask why did Siddhartha renounce his ascetic life, students confuse it with his life of luxury. So I strongly suggest that you really get to grips with the concept that asceticism is a life of simplicity and strictures and very few pleasures or possessions. It is the thing that Siddhartha tried first, but then ultimately turned away from.